Hello, everyone, and welcome to Arcadia Fallen. I am Breakman Z, and I have never played this, so I have no idea what's going to happen. So, a friend of mine had recommended this to me, and so
From the shimmer of light in the
ooh,
workshop, he felt safe to the broken glass in the streets, reflecting her fright. Desperation can set the stage for acts of villainy, and heroes may need to confront their demons in more ways than one. For a choice to be made, you must overcome the binding and twining of souls are bond, so strong that they just keep you both on top. Yes, you. What will you do when the call for action beckons you to choose? Yes, you. What will you be? A hero, a villain, or a monster indeed?
okay, that was cool. I like that. But yes, yeah, a friend had recommended this to me because one of the characters that I have in a roleplay thing that me and some other friends are doing, my character is gender fluid. It's the sort of thing, I want to try to explore that a little bit. And to the people that are like gender fluid and non-binary, I honestly can say, I have full respect for you. I'm not meaning this to demean you or anything, but yeah, it's just something that I'm kind of curious about. So, before I dig this hole any deeper, let's just go ahead and get started with the game, shall we? So yeah, this is done kind of like pretty much like a visual novel kind of thing. So, as far as I know, there's not going to be anything that's going to get me taken off of Twitch or YouTube or whatever. So, but let's go ahead and get rolling and see how this all plays out. Oh, we have a guest? Welcome. I was just about to tell a story. And I think I may have just found the perfect main character. What do we call you? So yeah. I'm going with the character that I have. So their name is Alex. A fine name. Let us just put a face to it. So yeah, I have no idea what's going to be in store here. So yeah, you can be feminine, androgynous, masculine. Yeah, I'll go with androgynous. No, that's kind of in the middle there. Yeah, only two styles. Yeah, that's okay.
Hi. Awesome.
Bye. Maybe later. Fat guy.
That's great. I'm sorry.
Actually, yeah, I think that's good.
No. Oh, wow.
And I think, like through the settings or whatever, you can change this whenever you want.
Happy to help. Who did this? So. Whoa. Fat guy.
What can I do for you? I'll be off then.
No, I think we'll stick with that voice for now. Alex, are you ready to become a legend? Sure.
From the shimmer of light in the workshop.
And now we get to see the opening all over again. Only this time we add our character in there. Yay!
Set the stage for acts of villainy, and heroes may need to confront their demons in more ways than one. For a choice to be made, you must overcome the binding and twining of souls are born. So strong that they just keep you bold and tall. Yes, you. What will you do when the call for action beckons you to choose? Yes, you. What will you be? A hero, a villain, or a monster indeed?
Alright. So as far as I also know, there's no bad endings to this, so we're gonna do this as clean as possible. I realize what I said makes no sense, but whatever. To the east, way past even the capital of Erodas, lies a small town known as Anemone Valley. Blech. Why'd they have to go with such a weird name? And in the town sits a very special shop. Despite its modest size, the store is visited by most, for it is the only one of its kind in the town. A store that sells alchemy. It is owned by Elizabeth, a master of her craft and well respected among those who buy her wares. And you just happen to be her apprentice. Oh, well, isn't that convenient?
Thank you for your purchase. Please come again.
Your master is firm but kind in her teachings. She treats the herbs with religious dedication, and for the better part of your life, you have been trying to learn as much as you can from her.
We are running low on headache remedies. Would you mind handling the room table for a moment?
Yeah, sure, I'll do it.
Of course. I'll get to work at once.
The rune table is an artifact provided to alchemists by the School of Magic. It runs on a core of controlled magic and can be manipulated by anyone with the proper training. It is, of course, not as powerful as an actual mage, but it is quite practical for making household charms and remedies. Headache cures being one of the more popular options. Well, naturally. You get to work preparing the ingredients as a tall man with an intimidating glare enters the store.
What can I do for you today, sir?
Spare me. Just give me the usual. Make it quick. I don't want to stick around in this creepy freak show any longer than I have to.
Wow. You're pleasant.
Right. One remedy coming right up.
Too bad it's not a remedy for being a dick. Behind the man, a shadow moves. A child peeks out, staring around the room with big, frightened eyes. You haven't seen the kid around the shop before. By the looks of it, he's been told one too many tales of child-eating potion makers. Yeah, try to be nice. You smile at the kid and give a friendly wave. At first he freezes, realizing he has been caught. But then he slowly emerges and gives a shy wave back. Elizabeth coughs to get your attention, and you realize she's looking at you expectantly. Oh, right, the potion! Start by placing lavender into the table. Okay, so this is alchemy. Okay. Alright. Match any pattern to the right by mixing ingredients in the center. Ah, okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay, I get how this works. There we go. You made strong headache remedy. You hand the potion to Elizabeth.
Here you go, sir. One extra strong headache remedy.
Elizabeth hands the potion to the customer, who pays with a grunt and nothing more. Yeah. Well, that was interesting. The kindness and grace of humanity never cease to amaze me. Do not judge them all by this man's example, Alex. Magic has been feared in this nation for a long time. He is simply one of the few acting upon his fears. I'm proud of the way you handled that. I know it's difficult to keep calm with someone like that in the store. Yeah, the guy was a jerk. I should have said that. Yeah,
Happy
I
to
try.
help.
Thank you. I do my best, though he was really quite a character.
So that's how it is.
I agree. However, given the state of things, incidents like these are hard to avoid. People like us have to pick our battles carefully, lest we end up in a position where we can do nothing at all. But enough of that. I have another job for you. We just used up the last of the lavender making that remedy. Would you be so kind as to go and buy some more? Are you sure you're going to be okay? What if that guy comes back? I've handled my share of angry customers. They're not going to intimidate this old witch. Now go, before it gets dark.
Okay.
Okay then, see you in a bit. You gather your things and then leave the store with a small wave. The flower shop smells heavenly. Strange exotic plants are growing everywhere, their colors vibrant and glowing with the faintest hint of magic.
Come in, come in. Here to pick up supplies, I presume?
Ah yes, Quinn! This one, I know who the voice actor is. It is the ever awesome and very talented Erika Ishii. Erika is just a whole bundle of awesomeness. That's just the best way that I can put it.
Oh, perfect timing. Today's been so slow. I was going quite mad. How are things?
The owner, Quinn, has had the store for a little over a year. The first full year of the small town having their very own mage. Oh, you know, the usual happy customers all around. You know, customers just really know how to make you feel appreciated for all the hard work we do at the shop. Not bad, huh? I guess I should count my blessings that I haven't had any customers today. It's only natural that things are a bit tense. After the ivy woods wilted, people are suspecting some wicked magic to be at work. Which, of course, it means people are less keen on coming near us magi folks. Wait, the ivy woods wilted? What happened to the ivy woods? You haven't heard? In here I thought small town news was supposed to travel fast. Yesterday, an entire section of the forest just died. I wanted to go and gather some samples, see if perhaps it's a rare disease killing the trees. But I can't leave the shop, and I don't want to be caught out there investigating. People might start suspecting I was the one who did it, and I really don't need that kind of attention. What kind of samples do you need?
Actually,
Anything would do at this point. A cutting from a dead tree, a pinch of the dirt. It all could tell me something about how it died.
I'll do it.
I can go get it for you. The forest isn't that far, and it might help.
Absolutely not.
Elizabeth would kill me if she found out I'd sent you out there alone. It's dangerous, you know. No one but trained demon hunters would go, or should go, near the area. No, it's better to let the officials handle this. I'm sure they'll figure out the cause soon enough. Hopefully then things will calm down.
Okay.
Yeah, you're probably right. Always right, darling.
Tell me about...
No customers came by today? You're the first? It's quite odd. By this time I usually have at least a couple of people poke their heads in, out of curiosity if anything. But today has been completely quiet. I was starting to wonder if perhaps I'd missed out on some kind of local holiday tradition. But in the end, people are just wary of magic due to what happened in the forest. It's sad.
What do you mean?
People are suspecting magic? People always suspect magic. It's always easier to blame something you don't understand, especially when you're only exposed to hearsay and rumors. The people out here don't experience the good sides of magic, like the self-driving wagons and other handy devices created by the Tinkers in Erodas, or the grand theater shows of the illusionists down south. Your shop is quite wonderful in its own right, though.
Thank you.
And I do believe the people here are warming up to me. After all, flowers and herbs are hardly something you can create much controversy over. which is also why it was I and not some firework tinker who was sent here.
So,
You didn't choose to come here yourself? Oh no, darling. When a mage graduates from the academy, we are assigned a shop to practice our craft. We get to make proposals for where we'd like to go, but ultimately it's up to a council to distribute the graduates. They will consider the needs of the towns and cities and the danger the mage might pose if they work without supervision. I, for one, am quite happy with where I ended up.
really?
You actually like it here. I thought you'd want to be somewhere more lively, like in one of the capitals or something. Oh no, that's way too dull. I wouldn't learn anything in a forest of bricks. Out here, I am right in the center of the greatest garden of all. Not to mention the fascinating underground of the magic mines. The energy coursing through the soil here is completely unique, and I keep finding new specimens that would make the students back at the college green with envy.
Really?
There are seriously mages who just make fireworks. Of course! But they are not just fireworks. They are the best, most beautiful fireworks on the continent. Created to dazzle and entertain, they are a marvelous sight to behold. That sounds like a dream. I'd love to see that one day.
Actually,
I'll have to go to the capital to see it, I'm afraid. Such magic has to be performed under strict supervision, but it is worth the journey for sure.
actually,
Elizabeth sent me to get lavender if you have any.
You'll love this.
Ah, of course, of course. The world can't go round without the madam's great headache remedy, now can it now? Give me a second. Quinn finds the herbs who asked for, and you pay for your wares. Now, let me just check something real quick. Yeah, sorry, my furnace decided to kick on. But I shall endeavor to continue on.
Come back soon.
Do say hi to Elizabeth for me when you get back. It is getting late, but the streets are still buzzing with activity. Citizens are making their final rounds, shopping and greeting friends while walking home from work. A bard is sitting on the stones at the square, entertaining a small group of children, and you find yourself pausing to listen in as he spins his tale.
And then, the Witch Queen of the North raised an army of demons from the depths of the mountains and laid waste to the lands. It was a time where wild magic ruled, and the people of this continent were bent under its heel.
The children gasp and huddle closer together, and you smile. You've heard this story many times before and know just where it's going.
Then, from the ashes of a burned nation, rose 7 heroes. They were the chosen ones, the paragons, and together they rallied the people and beat back the demon Scourge and their evil mistress.
The children cheer. He's quite good.
Once the battle was over, they formed the Empire, a nation governed not by magic, but by people. The first paragon traveled south and built the Seven Winds Academy, a school to teach the next generations of mages, so that magic may never again be used for chaos. The second paragon traveled the continent to rid it from the remains of the witch's ilk. During his travels, other heroes chose to join his ranks. And that is how the Order of the Demon Hunters was formed. The remaining 5 set out to each build a great city. Cities that would later become the capitals of the Empire.
Except for Steve. Steve was kind of a slacker, and well, he kind of bummed around a bit.
And in the central capital built by Alethros, their leader, stand 7 seats each representing one of the 7 rulers of the Empire. And from these seats, their successors still rule to this day. The end.
There's clapping and cheering, with some of the adults around politely joining in. But then one child raises their hand, head tilted in curiosity in the way that only children can do.
But, Mr. Bard, sir, you say there are 7 seats, but my mom says there are only 6. Why should the mages have a seat?
The air suddenly tenses. The market has gone quiet. All eyes now turn to the bard, who remains unfazed, smiling.
That's the thing about stories. Sometimes they don't actually end, even if the bard has said so. They become the beginning of something new.
He turns slightly, and you swear for a moment he is looking straight at you before he shrugs.
But alas, I was only paid to tell you rascals one tale for today. So, that particular sequel will have to wait for another time.
There's a collection of groans of dismay, but the kids get up and leave. You two figure you've lingered long enough and continue on your way. You have almost reached home, but come to a halt when you hear someone cry out. Your head whips around toward a dark side street. The people around you keep walking, ignoring the sound even as it grows louder. Can't they hear? You glance around but see no reaction. Everyone just carries on apathetically. You know you should probably do the same. You can vividly imagine Elizabeth's disapproving stares. But the darkness of the alley beckons you, and you leave the busy street to investigate. Yeah, this is how you end up on a milk carton. A man is standing over the form of a young girl, or what appears to be a girl.
Really, there's no need for this. I was simply a bit lost, you see. I didn't mean to wander into your town uninvited. Just let me go, and I'll be out of your hair for good. Gone. Whoosh.
You expect me to believe that, spirit? I am not fooled by your petty tricks and illusions. I see you, and I am going to make sure whatever wicked scheme you have planned ends right here.
Gee, that looks like a familiar shape.
I swear, I'm not planning anything.
Demon spawn like you don't belong in this world. Die, you filthy creature!
He's going to kill her. You have to do something. But what? Your choice will influence your personality going forward. The kindness in your heart compels you to take action. The thrill of adventure beckons you on to take this challenge. Kind.
Stop that. You're hurting her.
The man spins around. His eyes are crazed, dangerous, and familiar.
You.
A chill runs down your spine as something flashes in the man's eyes. You could have sworn they almost looked red?
You're that old hag's apprentice, aren't you? You lure people with your pretty potions and promises of healing. But in the end, you're just the same. You... magic scum like you should all just die.
He moves so fast. There's a blur of movement, and then you feel a sharp pain in your chest. You look down and see the hilt of a knife, a bloom of red growing outwards, staining everything. Motherfucker! Weirdly, you almost don't feel the pain. Shock is making the strangest of thoughts suddenly relevant.
So, that's what a lot of blood looks like. It's thicker than I imagined and more red. Thank you. You really saved me there. I'm sorry this had to happen. Let me see.
Am I dead? I was told that there was no bad endings in this, and now I have a knife in my chest.
Ouch, yeah. He got you real good, didn't he? Pierced the heart.
Yep, I'm dead. Well, this has been a fun stream, everybody. I hope you enjoyed.
Sweethearts, I am certain of that. And such a kind heart, too. Don't be scared. I'll fix it, I promise.
Oh, you're gonna fix my heart.
It won't be easy, though. It really isn't quite the state. I think I can mend it. But it needs something to stick it together. Your soul, I mean. No use mending the body when you're, well, dead.
Gee, thanks a lot.
Sorry. That was rather insensitive, wasn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
Nothing wrong with being dead. I mean, it happens to all of us. But, oh, right. Not important.
Yeah. Focus. Thank you.
Just a moment. Fix you right up.
Cool. Appreciate it.
My head.
I can't focus. Ferrets don't do that. Yeah, ferrets are pretty all over the place.
Yeah. Sorry about that. You knocked your head pretty bad when you fell. We should get you a potion for that.
You blurrily force your eyes open. You're still in the alleyway, but the street has gone quiet and the afternoon light has faded. You must have been unconscious for a while. Your hand flies up to your chest, expecting to find the knife still sticking out, but there is no wound.
It doesn't hurt, right? Honestly, I don't know much about human skin, so I kind of just stitched it together the best I could.
It is a visual novel, Kiki, but it is not Japanese. Let me just look that up real quick. Yeah, it's by Galdro Studios and I think they're from Norway. Yeah, pretty sure Norway or something like that. Yeah.
What just happened? That guy? Where did he go? What's going on? left, I, hid myself in the trash. So when he was done with you, he went off to search for me. I am terribly sorry about all this. Usually I'm much more careful.
So at least you're good at sneaking, apparently.
You're safe now, though. I promise.
Uh-huh.
That guy was really something, though.
Yeah, he was a dick.
A spirit would go as far as to possess a human like that? I know the whole humans against magic thing doesn't make for the best of relationships, but there's no need to be rude. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're probably confused, right?
Yeah. 1 minute I have a knife sticking in my chest that apparently got the heart, and now I'm standing up and don't have a knife in my chest. Yeah, I would be kind of confused.
Please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Okay, question number 1. What the fuck just happened?
So, who are you?
Aha, right. I'm so sorry. I should have introduced myself, shouldn't I?
Yeah, that's generally helpful.
Mime.
Oh, Mime. Okay, nice to meet you, Mime.
Well, I'm a spirit, I believe you would say. A friendly one, though. Don't worry.
That guy. His appearance changed all of a sudden. The horns, the red eyes. He looked like some kind of monster.
My guess is that some mean spirit latched onto his anger and possessed him. The spirit must have been quite powerful, too. Spark a physical transformation like that?
Excuse me, do you want to speak a little louder so the rest of us in the class can hear?
I wonder what it was doing here. Anyway, the best course of action would be to stay far away from that guy, but I guess you already figured that out the hard way.
Yeah, knife, chest, remember?
I met that guy earlier today. He wasn't nice back then either, but the way he treated you was horrible.
Well, you know, humans don't usually care much for spirits. They're supposedly illegal, after all. Chaotic magic, dangerous, yada yada. This guy was particularly aggressive about it, though. His heart has a lot of hate inside it. Which is probably the reason why the mean spirit decided to take it.
Yeah.
So, thank you for saving me, but why are you still here? Aren't you afraid more people like that guy will show up?
Well, you see, I might be kinda, sorta bound here to you.
What?
Yeah, to me that just get the deadpan just, what?
Oh, I didn't mean to, I'm sorry. But you were all dead and broken and all the pieces didn't want to stick together and I panicked and I may have somehow linked myself to your soul in order to bind it to your body.
Just chill. Take it. Mime. Breathe. Use your words.
You saved my life. The method might not have been ideal, but I really can't blame you for helping me.
I know. I should have done better, and I shouldn't have. Huh? You forgive me? Thank you. Oh, thank you. Don't worry. We'll find some way to fix this. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
If we work together, I'm sure you and I can find a way to fix this.
Thank you. You're right. We'll find a way to solve this. I don't know how to fix this. But I do know someone who might.
Okay.
I'll take you there. Though... she's going to be so mad at me.
While you were talking, the quiet night has erupted into a steady swell of voices. A sinister feeling makes the hairs on your neck stand on end, and Mime scurries closer to you, the small spirit having grown quite pale.
Something doesn't feel right. I think we should leave now.
She tugs you by the sleeve, and you follow her to the end of the alley, only to stop short at a sudden smell slithering down the streets. Smoke. Your eyes grow wide as you spot the flickering lights in the distance, a feeling of dread settling in your stomach.
The shop.
Hey! Wait!
By the time you get there, a large group of people has gathered in front of the shop, and a wicked tension is in the air.
Child eater! Get out of our town! Burn the witch!
The yelling feels unbearably loud. A young man picks up a rock and throws it through a window. The sound of shattering glass is drowned out by the cheers rising from the crowd. For the love of frick, people! No, I mean, if I charge in, I'm probably going to get my butt beat. This is just horrible. I knew people didn't like us, but this... It's actually not their fault. Not entirely, I mean. They have been caught up in a frenzy. Their fears are being amplified by very strong spirit magic. It's drawing them all towards something inside the shop. How do you know that? It's a spirit thing. I can sort of sense the essence of other spirits. Usually it doesn't matter, because there aren't really a lot of us around. But something's here, and it has its sights set on something inside that store.
Really?
These people don't look very frightened to me.
Maybe, but...
It's true, though. We all fear something, but usually you can kind of tell whether you should act on it or if the fear's irrational. These people have had their fear stoked, and it is so great that it has turned to rage. They have lost sight of themselves completely.
Well...
Look, I'm not feeling my bravest at the moment either, so why am I not tearing stuff up?
About that.
This type of spirit magic usually doesn't really affect me. Since you're bound to me now, I guess you're protected as well.
So...
We can't just keep standing here. There's got to be something we can do. We really shouldn't get any closer. If they catch us here, there's no telling what they'll do.
We've gotta go.
Look, Mime, I know it's scary, but I need to find my teacher, Elizabeth. She might still be in the shop, and I can't just leave her. You really are very kind, aren't you? I kind of wish... Never mind. Okay, okay. I'll take you. Let's just keep our heads down, okay? With Mime's guidance, you go around to the back of the building. There's no way to enter, but there is a closed window, and a nicely sized rock. You break the window and carefully climb through the broken glass. The shop is dark and smells faintly of burned rosemary.
Okay. Very sneaky. The sneaky duo, that's us.
Sneaking music. Sneaking music. A door bursts open.
Get out of my home, you child.
Elizabeth, are you okay? They didn't hurt you, did they? I'm fine. They don't need to throw something stronger than rocks to get rid of this old witch.
But what about you? You were gone for so long. I was just about to leave and go looking for you when those hooligans started gathering out front. What happened? And who is that?
So, funny story. I was on my way home and I met her. I met the dick from earlier and he freaking 360 no-scoped me with a knife.
I'll tell you what happened.
Mime, this is my teacher Elizabeth. Elizabeth, this is Mime. We've sort of gotten ourselves into a bit of a magical hiccup, and Mime here was just about to take me to someone who could fix this. Aren't you, Mime?
Right.
Well, yes, of course. I know exactly how to fix this.
By the seven. Have you bound yourself to the spirit?
Well, she kind of bound herself to me, because, you know, the whole knife in the chest thing. Yeah, I was kind of sort of dead, so yeah.
What were you thinking, child? Do you have any idea what you have done?
No.
I couldn't just stand by and do nothing. I didn't mean for this to happen, but I would do it again to protect Mime.
Child, your kind heart is going to get you into trouble one day. Trouble that I will not be able to save you from.
Yeah, about that whole heart thing. I'm sorry to make you worry, but we've really got to talk about the people outside. There is a crash as another window shatters.
I just don't understand what is happening.
The people are acting completely mad, like something is driving them insane.
About that.
That's exactly what's happening. I'm not sure what, but I can sense something here in the shop. Some kind of powerful magic is drawing them here.
Powerful magic? But that's impossible. This is an alchemy shop. The only vaguely magical item in here is the alchemy table.
Something flashes in Elizabeth's eyes, and you all turn to the table standing in the corner.
It can't be.
The light suddenly dims, and you whip around to stare at the shop window. The crowd outside is growing louder, their vile chants and jeers melting together into a booming ichor of hate. A dark shadow is spreading from the frame of the window, blocking out the light from the torches outside. Mime, what is that thing?
Well,
I'm not sure. It looks like a spirit of some sort, but...
It's a demon. This thing. It reeks of dark magic. It's trying to breach the barrier I put around the shop.
The darkness now completely covers the glass, which creaks and twists under the strain, then cracks. Yeah. We gotta get out of here. Yeah, I'm an apprentice. Mime, I have no idea how much she can do. Elizabeth, you're probably the only one that can do anything. We're kind of boned. The window begins to bend inward like a giant bubble about to burst, and then it cracks. Heat washes over you, and every single piece of glass in the shop shatters. What remains of the window blows outward with a single loud crash. Did I get stabbed again? You pick yourself up from the floor. Someone is screaming in the distance, and there is a strong smell of burning wood. The shop, it's been completely destroyed. From the rubble, a tall, dark shape rises up to tower over you. Pathetic. The humans demand fire, but flee when their wish is granted. Glowing eyes zero in on you, a tall, lanky shape standing in the middle of the destroyed shop. What is this? A little shop assistant? I wonder, will you flee as well? What lies within your heart? Fear? Anger? The glow of those soulless eyes intensifies, and you feel cold all over as its gaze pierces through you. How disappointing. People like you are the worst. Keeping your head bowed every day, taking the scorn of the common people like you somehow deserve it. I can see it all. See how the people of this town, these pathetic, weak mortals, are mocking you while you do nothing. Why should their embellic fear weigh down on you? You are their superior. Your talents should leave them begging at your feet. So why?
Things might be rough now, but I believe things will change. I believe that kindness will change their hearts and make things better.
The creature begins to glow a soft green color. It lets out a frustrated scream and charges at you.
look out!
Go back to the hell you came from, demon.
The demon stumbles, struck from behind. It keels over, clinging to its side where its shape is cracking like broken shards of glass. You see broad shoulders. A woman steps in front of you, shielding you from the demon. A sword gleams in her hands as she boldly faces off against this monster.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Yes, think because. Okay, so should I hit on the woman that just saved my ass? I'm wielding a demon hurting sword is hot. Uh, no, I think we're just gonna go with relief for now.
Thank you.
Victoria! I'm so glad to see.
Quiet, Mime. You and I are going to have a talk as soon as this is over.
Someone's not too happy. The demon screeches and rights itself, the bleeding gash on its side glowing like hot metal. You fool! You will pay for this! It rushes forward, but Victoria is far too quick. She swiftly strikes it down, spraying shards of darkness from the fresh wound. The glow is steadily growing stronger. You begin to feel drawn towards that light as if it is calling out to you.
I'm feeling kind of weird.
Look, the table.
The alchemy table is glowing the same shade as the demon. It pulses and breathes like a living thing, lifting itself off the floor. Shifting and shaping into a new form, it suddenly flies right at you. You reach out to catch. Oh, I have to match this exactly. Light bursts from your hand. It shoots outwards like in a beam, striking the nightmarish creature square in the chest. Ah! The demon writhes and shakes, the light bursting it open from within, and then it crumbles, turning to ash with a quiet sigh. There is only stillness. In your hand is what remains of the alchemy table, a pendant of sorts. The familiar cogs and wheels still make up the main body, but 5 small runes are now engraved into the upper ring, one of them glowing faintly with a strange sort of magic. You are feeling woozy, like your legs are about to give out from under you.
Okay.
Is everyone alright? No one's hurt? I think I'm okay, but the world does feel a tiny bit shaky. Cold steel presses against your throat. The woman, Victoria, is glaring at you. What did you do? So, here's the thing. I've kind the sword neck. I already had a knife through my heart today. I'm really allergic to metal against flesh.
So,
Let's try not to get ahead of ourselves with the swords, okay? I don't know what happened. The alchemy table has never done anything like that before. Victoria glares at you with suspicion, but slowly lowers her blade. A little.
I can't believe this.
Mime, would you be so kind as to tell me what is going on here? Victoria's words drip with tension. Mime looks very, very small when she steps out from behind you. Well, you see, I'm not entirely sure myself. It felt like I had a connection with that thing for a moment.
So that's how it is.
A spirit locket. Elizabeth is staring at the glowing amulet in your hands with a barely masked sadness that puts you on edge. It must have reacted to the presence of the demon. It appears that it absorbed the power of that fiendish creature, sealing it away for good. So, it's over? The crisis was averted and everything's fine now, right? Victoria glares at you darkly.
No.
Everything is most certainly not fine. Use of illegal magic and binding yourself to a spirit? You are coming with me to Erodest to stand trial for what you've done. On whose orders? Elizabeth moves to stand between you and Victoria protectively. First Commander Althea. Victoria twists her collar to reveal the insignia of the third Paragon, and you feel dread run down your spine like ice. Of all the people to be discovered by, it just had to be a knight.
Oh no.
But it was an accident. I didn't mean to do anything wrong. It just happened. Right. As if I haven't heard that one before. Whether you wanted to or not, it doesn't matter. Your actions have put others at risk. Your good intentions won't do anything to solve the chaos that's already been brought. You're a criminal, and I have to treat you as such.
Hear me out.
But, Victoria, don't you see? This might be a good thing. What? We sealed the spirit away, didn't we? In fact, it's really lucky you were here. We were here. I bet the shop would have burned down completely if you and Alex hadn't been here to save it. Be that as it may, it doesn't excuse the illegal use of chaotic magic, so... Victoria is interrupted by a strange buzzing sound coming from her jacket. She and Mime visibly pale.
All the times.
Just don't take it. Pretend we're not here.
Victoria glares and pulls out a small glowing orb that is pulsating insistently with light. She closes her eyes and breathes in deep, as if saying a quiet prayer. There is a flash of light and an image appears.
Victoria, what's going on? You didn't call in for your last report.
The image of a woman in uniform appears in a glowing light, and you blink in surprise. You've heard about the crystal communicators the government uses to transmit conversations, but you've never seen one in person before. Victoria straightens up in her presence, all emotions hidden by her professional tone.
Apologies, Commander. I'm afraid that the situation has become more complicated.
A Letheros mercy. Don't tell me you lost the spirit.
No, Mime is still with me, but the incident appears to have spread. A demon appeared in town tonight. I suspect there are more out there.
The number of casualties.
None for now. However,
I mean, technically, the alchemist was dead for a while earlier, but, you know,
I got better.
We managed to dispose of the threat for now, but I fear this could still escalate.
I know you want to ask, Victoria, but we cannot dispatch any more knights to the area. For now, you will return to Eridus with the spirit. We will regroup from here and determine the proper course of action.
I understand.
You're leaving? What about the townsfolk? What are we gonna do if more demons show up?
Victoria, who is this?
Another complication.
Actually, the alchemist here might just be the solution to your problem.
Mime.
No. It's all right, Victoria. Let us hear what the spirit wishes to share.
Thank you, ma'am. You see, we got into a little accident earlier. I won't bore you with the details, but the good news is that the two of us together are really good at sealing away those big old meanie spirits you're so worried about.
Is that so?
The woman turns to you. Mime, I like you and all, but, if you're going to throw me under the bus like that, just give me a little bit of a heads up, please. Thank you.
What is your involvement in all of this?
So it all started when some motherfucker threw a knife into my chest.
Nothing. I swear I didn't mean to get involved in any of this. It was an accident.
An unlucky bystander, then. And this magic you use to get rid of the demons. Unlawful, I assume.
Very.
But no one got hurt. We just sealed away the one who was wreaking havoc in the shop here. I'm confident that if we just stay in town and investigate, then we'll find a solution to the problems you're having in no time.
A lovely proposition. But tell me this, spirit. If I allow you to roam free, how can I trust that you won't just run away again?
Because I'm so nice.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna fly, Mime.
I cannot trust you. There is more at stake here than mere townsfolk. It is a risk I will not take.
I'll vouch for the child, Commander.
Elizabeth steps forward, having been strangely silent until now. Althea looks startled.
Elizabeth, it has been so long. I feel fate is playing some cruel trick on us, adding you to this unholy mix.
Victoria and Mime both look completely flabbergasted by the familiar tone used by the two women. You must admit, you are also curious about how your teacher came to know one of the Empire's commanders so closely.
Perhaps. The young one is my apprentice. I can vouch for the contents of their heart. And if you will let me, take full responsibility for what we both know must be done.
It is not fair for me or anyone to force upon you such a burden. You have already done enough.
And I shall do this as well. Unless you wish to stop me.
Oh. I know better than to challenge you.
Okay, what the frig is going on here?
Very well, Victoria. Your new mission will be to stay in town, guarding these two, as you track down any remaining demons and neutralize them. You will do what you must in order to keep a low profile. This mission cannot fail, and the truth cannot be revealed to the public.
I understood.
Yeah. Wait, what?
I don't understand. You want me to be some kind of demon sealing person? I'm just an alchemist.
That might be so, but from this moment forth, you are an agent working under me, instead of a criminal about to be tried for the illegal use of magic.
Well, shit. Kinda got us by the short and curlies there.
Unless, of course, you have any objection.
Nope. Will you accept this path that has been forced upon you?
These creatures are obviously dangerous. If there's any way I can help stop them, so no more people will get hurt, then I'll do my best.
You have a good heart. I wish you luck.
The image disappears and a tense silence falls over the group. Yeah, just a little bit, yeah.
Well, right?
No one answers. Yeah, it's kind of a hard question to answer there. Chapter 1, The Valley. Oh, okay, so that was just all prologue. And that's how you became the unlikely defender of Anemone Valley. Waking up the next morning feels like a dream. If it wasn't for the happy grin of the spirit who greets you, you would have dismissed it as such.
Morning. Glad to see you're awake.
It must be nice getting rest from sleep instead of fainting all the time, right? Yeah, especially if there's knives and chests involved. So Victoria sent me. She's eager to get started on this big old mission thing, so she wants you to meet her outside, like, now. She's already in a bad mood, though. So I don't think hurrying would make her less angry. Anyway, how are you feeling? Like I got stabbed, then blown up before fighting with a demon. So, not too shabby. Yeah, that. Yesterday was kind of crazy, wasn't it? Well, I'm sure the worst is behind us now. I mean, it could have been worse. At least we're not being dragged off to the capital right now, right?
I wonder.
So, what do we do now? What's the plan?
About that.
Well, finding these demons and sealing them away is our first priority. We can't have any more people getting hurt. And hopefully we'll find, while we're looking for a way to stop them, we'll learn more about this spirit locket of yours. If it can seal demons away, then maybe there's a way it can unseal me from your heart as well. We're all gonna die.
Okay.
That sounds like a great plan. Great thinking, Mime. Yeah, I mean, no jack shit about it, but based on the evidence that we have, yeah, why not?
Thank you.
You really think so? Thank you. Let's do our best, yes?
I have some questions.
You're really quite afraid of the capital, aren't you?
Huh?
Well, of course. Spirits are not supposed to go to human cities. My mere existence is some kind of crime to them. I don't want to know what they're gonna do to me. So you say Victoria wants to see us? Yep, she said at once, so probably like yesterday, honestly. We should get going. You walk into the shop. Now that everything has been illuminated by daylight, you can truly see the extent of the destruction left by the demon the night before. Every surface is covered in glass or spilled potions. Shelves are shattered, windows broken, and in the middle of the chaos, Elizabeth is carefully cleaning the floor with a broom.
Welcome back.
Addicts. Mime. Good morning. She greets you with a tired smile, and you wonder if she even managed to sleep at all.
It is quite the change, suddenly having people living with us like this. This sleepy old town really did wake up to quite an adventure, didn't it?
You never know. A bit of adventure might be good for us?
I see.
You might be right. This world, it is one of constant conflict. There are so many heroic tales you can tell, but the bards rarely capture the pain that sometimes follows doing what is right. I have tried to shield you from such pain, but I see now that if you are to prevail in the challenges ahead, I cannot keep hiding things from you. Yeah, so what was up with you and the commander? Just like, what the hell? I know you have a lot of questions. If you want, I shall do my best to explain what I can. Yeah.
I wonder.
Do you have any idea how to get separated from a spirit? I know a few, but none of them would leave the both of you, how to put it, alive afterward. Yeah, I'd rather go with an option that leaves us alive. Thank you very much. Exorcism is a craft of demon hunters, and they don't particularly care about the well-being of those affected, as long as it eliminates the threat. You can ask Victoria for details. The way she attacked that demon yesterday, it is clear she has had the training, but why a former demon hunter would now work for the Knight Commander of Erodus, I am not quite sure. The alchemy table. Last night it changed into something. You called it a spirit locket? What does that mean? It was an invention that pioneered the modern school of alchemy. A new type of alchemy that was usable by non-mages. It works in much the same way as the alchemy tables we use today, but while we now use the power crystals to fuel our spells, a spirit locket runs on the life force of spirits. That sounds like an extremely dangerous sort of magic.
Yes.
It is. Spirit magic is chaotic, unpredictable, but it was a necessity of the times. Alchemists had yet to discover the use of crystals as a power source for their spells, and so spirits were used. It is a powerful artifact, one which is now bound to you, just like mine. How are you feeling, Mime? Did you get hurt during the battle? I feel fine. It might be different since you know I'm not bound to your locket thing, but to you? This is all so confusing, though. I wish we could learn more. I'm sorry I cannot be of more help. I am skilled in alchemy, but the engineering that goes into crafting a locket like this is something else entirely. It is possible there are mages out there who know a lot more about alchemy lockets and spirits, but locating them will be tricky. You can try and ask Quinn for help. They went to the Mage Academy, so they might know more. Okay, cool. Quinn is non-binary. Cool.
I wonder.
How did the locket even come to be here in the shop? It doesn't really seem like something authorized by the Empire. It's been in my possession for a while. It was gifted to me by a dear friend, and I have kept it safe here ever since. I didn't expect something like this, but that doesn't matter. We can talk about that story some other time. You have more important things to worry about now.
Tell me about.
Yeah, that woman that appeared yesterday. You knew her? How? Yes, please, tell us! My life did not begin and end in this shop, you know. Althea and I knew each other well a long time ago. Back then I would have called her my companion, but now... Bow chicka bow wow! Our journeys took us down different paths. She is now the right hand to the highest office in the land. She and you got some history together, What? Too difficult to imagine your dusty old teacher being young and in love? Not at all. It's kind of cute to imagine. Cute? You really are such an odd child. Do you know that? But no matter. If you find the topic so fascinating, perhaps I'll tell you the story. After we get this place cleaned up. Ah. Okay, let's get this place cleaned up so I can hear about how the booty call. Speaking of which, what are we going to do about the shop? Everything's so broken, I don't even know where to start. We clean, we salvage, we restore. I've already sent a message to Quinn about restoring our herbal stock. Knowing them, they've already got new supplies ready for us. I just need you to pick it up whenever you can. I do worry about the alchemy table, though. I cannot make potions without it, and getting a new one from the Mage College can take a while. Then comes the paperwork for gaining a new power crystal. You'd think it would be easy to obtain one with us basically living on top of the mines, but the last time we needed a change it took several months. No doubt Goldner, that old weasel, had something to do with that. Reopening the shop might take a while.
I'll do it.
Wouldn't I be able to make potions still, using the spirit locket? I guess that would be possible. But I wouldn't want to put such a quest on you now when you are tied up in your other obligations. Restocking the shop will take time. I would need to teach you many more recipes than what you now know. You're still my teacher, right? Elizabeth looks surprised for a moment, then her eyes soften and she smiles.
Thank you, dear.
That is true. Very well, Alex. I shall teach you. But this can't interfere with your other tasks, remember? We'll have your lessons here whenever you have the time in between missions. Just come by the shop and find me, and we'll get started.
I'll be off then.
I have to go. Victoria is waiting for me to go on this whole quest thingy. I understand. I'll be here in case you have any other questions. Yeah, like, were you the top or was it Althea?
Good luck, dear.
Nope, just asking. Victoria is standing outside the shop, arms crossed and eyes glaring at anyone who dares to pass her by. Yeah, real inconspicuous there, Victoria. Top notch.
You're late.
Morning.
Ready to do some investigate? Keeping a low profile, do you insist on not getting? Says the woman walking around with a big ass sword. Right, sorry. You remembered to cast your spell? Of course. No human will notice me at all. Hey, look at the girl with the horns in the ears. Unless they're like a demon hunter or possessed by a spirit like that guy yesterday. A mage would probably also see me, so yeah, basically invisible. So what's the plan, Victoria?
While you two were snoozing the day away, I've been digging around for some information. Look.
There are multiple accounts of people having seen the shop burn last night, but who have no recollection of the mob and the dark magic. The general consensus is that it was an accident. I see no reason to correct this assumption. It would just create unnecessary panic. Fair. The shop itself is clean. No trace of anything magical. If the place wasn't trashed, you wouldn't be able to tell anything had happened. It doesn't leave us with much to go on, really.
I wonder.
Well, we could always go check out the forest. We spirits really like nature, so maybe the demons are angry someone went and destroyed their home? We already searched that place for clues and found nothing. I think our time would be more wisely spent exploring somewhere new. The mines under this town are suspicious to me. I do not believe it is a coincidence that these events are occurring on top of a large seam of magical crystals.
Are you sure?
Do we really have to go underground, though? It's creepy.
I wonder.
Why are you so certain we'll find something in the mines?
About that.
I'm not certain of anything at this point. That would be foolish. However, the crystals mined down there are powerful conductors of magic, so it's worth taking a look.
Maybe, but...
But underground caves are so creepy, though.
Actually...
It might be creepy, but it does sound like something worth investigating more, don't you think?
Come on.
I know you're right, but still.
Enough of this.
Mime. Victoria gives Mime a pointed look, and the spirit's mouth zips shut instantly. Then those hard eyes turn to you.
I can't believe this.
Look, alchemist. Althea may have put her trust in you, but I am not so easily convinced. So it would be much appreciated if you kept your opinions to yourself.
About that...
I'm stuck with you anyway. It's not like there's anything I can do to make the situation worse. Never say that! That's how the situation gets worse! So maybe we should just try to work together to figure this out? Figure out this mess? They do have a point. Victoria does not look amused, but she clicks her tongue and sighs.
Fine. Let's go.
Let's get to work.
Mime, you're staying close to me. I won't have you running away from me again.
What? Me? Run away? I would never.
Just stay where I can see you.
Understood. You. What in the world happened?
I heard your shop burned down, and I got this message from Elizabeth asking for new supplies, and who is this? You barely get through the door to the flower shop before Quinn showers you with questions. But when Victoria enters, they back up, concern quickly turning into apprehension. I'm sorry for worrying you, Quinn. Elizabeth and are both all right, but the shop did burn and our stock was destroyed. Quinn listens intently as you recount last night's events. So we're trying to find a way to solve this, preferably before anyone else gets hurt. Quinn nods slowly. I am so sorry to hear this happened. It must have been awful for you.
I consider you a good friend, and I want to help you. No, I am going to help you, as much as I can. But this whole affair puts me at risk. We have to be very careful.
The door to the flower shop suddenly bursts open, causing everyone to freeze in surprise. A tall, intimidating man steps inside, his cold eyes lazily taking in Quinn's little shop.
Mr. Goldner, what can I do for you today?
Quinn looks nervously at the man as he glides around the shop, looking at the beautiful plants with disinterest. You feel Mai move to hide behind your legs despite her invisibility.
I was simply in the area and thought I might drop by. As you have probably already heard, the alchemy shop suffered a most unfortunate fire last night. I just wanted to be sure that our only other magic shop was still doing well.
That is very kind of you, sir. As you can see, nothing out of the ordinary has happened here.
The man chuckles darkly.
Do forgive me for having my doubts about that. Just know this.
He steps awfully close to Quinn, staring them down with thinly veiled disgust.
The people of this town might have tolerated you this past year, but I will continue to watch you closely.
You glance over at Victoria, but the woman is already moving. She steps up to stand behind between Quinn and the man, her dark eyes hard.
If you're not here to make a purchase, then I believe it is time for you to leave, sir.
What? Who? Now listen here, you little... Don't you know who I am?
I don't. I also don't believe you know who I am.
Victoria flashes the badge on her coat. The man visibly gapes, but then he breaks into a smug grin.
So Arrow does finally send someone to keep track of all these magic folk. About damn time. I assume you're here to investigate this establishment. I knew it. I just knew something suspicious was going on here.
You are quite wrong. The only thing remotely out of order I found here is you, threatening an innocent shop owner. So unless you want me to file a report and send it back to headquarters, I suggest you be on your way.
The man sputters, but leaves in indignation. Yes! Thank you, Victoria!
I will remember this.
For I am a dickbag. Quinn sighs in relief, their shoulders turning slack.
Thank you.
No. Do not think I did this as a favor. The man was being a nuisance, so I stopped him. Who was he, anyway?
Messer Goldner is the owner of the mine. Despite the fact that the very ore that created his wealth is magical, he has a dangerously low opinion of mages and is quite vocal about it. Luckily,
Most people in town do not hold his word in high regard. He's somewhat of a joke, albeit an intimidating one.
Intimidating sounds about right.
As far as I've heard, he started his life as a common farmer. When the mine was discovered beneath his land, he suddenly gained quite a bit of wealth, almost overnight. That money went straight to his head, if you ask me. So now he wants people to treat him like a nobleman.
Yeah, right.
The townsfolk did not take kindly to that. And while he still makes good money on the mine, most people simply avoid him.
Because he's a jerk.
To someone like me, however, he is very much a threat. And he knows it. Hence these little visits. But that's enough doom and gloom for one day. Please, tell me how I can help.
Quinn looks shaken, but eager to change the subject.
I wonder...
What can you tell me about spirit lockets? Not much, I'm afraid. Magic is a broad field of study, and I specialize in, well, plants, not spirits. Tinkers in particular would know a lot more about such a mechanism than I. Luckily, I just happened to get word that one of my former classmates has taken an interest in the mines and will be visiting to do some research. She might already be in town, but knowing her, she went straight down there as soon as she arrived.
So...
Do you have anything left in stock we could use at the shop? Our supplies were completely destroyed.
What do you need?
I don't have a whole lot left, but I'll give you what I have. I'm sure you and Elizabeth will put it to good use. When I get more things back in stock, I'll be sure to let you know. Quinn hands you 2 bundles of lavender and some other herbs.
I've gotta go. Take care.
You walk out of the shop and continue on your way. After about 10 minutes of walking, Victoria taps you on the shoulder.
It would appear that we're being followed.
You keep your eyes straight ahead.
Well...
What's the plan?
Let's go.
Follow my lead. You follow Victoria down a side street. No one else is around, so you stand there and wait for a moment. And another. And then a familiar timid face peeks around the corner. Big red eyes widening in fright when he realizes he's been caught.
Hello.
Oh, hello there. Don't be scared. We're not going to hurt you. The boy looks a bit embarrassed about having been caught, but he waves at you shyly.
Hi. Sorry. I didn't mean to...
What's your name, kid?
Victoria's voice is surprisingly gentle, and the young boy flushes bright red, bowing his head.
I'm Kim, ma'am.
So...
Is there something we can do for you, Kim? Kim looks up at you hopefully. He wrings his hands nervously.
I'm looking for my brother. Do you remember him?
The jerk?
We came into your shop yesterday to buy a remedy. He didn't come home last night. So I was wondering if maybe you had seen him.
Tell the truth or lie. Yeah, his brother, the brother's a dick and stabbed me. No, I'm not gonna bullshit a kid.
I'll tell you what happened.
Your brother attacked me last night. He appeared to be possessed by some kind of evil spirit. Almost looked like a demon himself. I haven't seen him since then.
That's awful.
My brother's nothing like that at all. He's always taking really good care of me, protecting me. But ever since he got that new job...
Huh?
What new job?
Well,
I'm not sure. He just said he was running errands for some guy. The pay was great and not nearly as dangerous as working in the mines. Your brother used to work in the mines?
yeah. It was real tough on him.
The boss there is super mean. The workers get hurt all the time. My brother was in an accident too once. One of the tunnels collapsed and he got trapped under a big pile of rocks. After that, his head used to hurt all the time. But the alchemist has a really good potion that helps him with the pain.
What do you mean?
Some guy. Do you know who he was talking about?
He wouldn't say.
Honestly, I was afraid he was getting into something shady. But anything's better than working in the mines, so I didn't complain about it.
Actually,
We can help you figure out what happened to your brother. It sounds like he might have gotten tangled up in some of the stuff we're investigating.
you really help? Thank you so much.
I promise I'll do my best to help you as well. I'll start by seeing if anything my brother left behind can tell me who he worked for. Just be careful. It's not safe for a child to play detective. Stay out of harm's way.
I'll be careful.
He runs off.
Not bad.
I'm surprised. You handled that situation well. Finding this kid's brother will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. And, and also, keep him from killing other people will also be a bonus, right? Right. Yeah, because remember, that guy threw a knife into my freaking chest. That's how we got into this mess in the first place. What is this? A compliment from you, Victoria? Will the sky fall down next? I take it back. You're still a bumbling idiot. Now come on, we have work to do. Right, go team! Woo! Was ist das?
Ah, yes. This is a nice spot. Empty, quiet, perfect place to just disappear. Ah! Oh, hi. What brings you out here?
Mime, we can't keep meeting by the trash like this. I guess dark alleyways have sort of become my natural habitat lately.
Hear me out.
It's not like I'm doing anything bad or anything. I just get a bit overwhelmed at times. All this walking around, talking with people, facing down scary stuff. It just becomes a bit much, and I just want to run and hide. I don't, though. Yeah, it sounds like she's getting overstimulated. We're not going to find a way to solve this mess if I hide in the trash all day. But, it's just nice to breathe a little once in a while. You understand that, don't you?
Actually,
I understand that feeling all too well. It's okay to be scared, and to need a moment to gather yourself.
Really?
I didn't realize you felt that way. You seem like the sort of person who's so put together. You stand up to help, even when none of this is your fault to begin with. It's very admirable, but call me selfish, but I'm glad you feel like this too. Makes me feel a little less silly for hiding out here. Tell you what, if you promise not to tell Victoria about my hiding spot, then I won't tell either. If either of us needs a moment to breathe, well, then we can come here. It's brilliant, right?
I wonder.
I would like to talk about our companions. We're quite the odd bunch now, aren't we? Who do you want to talk about?
Tell me about.
What do you think of Elizabeth?
Well,
She's nice, if not a little bit scary. It's like if you look at her and see a nice old lady, but then you look at her and you feel like a tiny mouse staring up at some ancient, powerful beast. But I guess that might just be me. She's your teacher, after all. What's she like to you?
About that.
Elizabeth is strict, yeah, but she's always fair and has never treated me badly.
okay.
I see. I'm glad to hear it. Maybe I'm just intimidated because I've never met a teacher before.
So,
You know Victoria. What can you tell me more about her? I don't really know her that well, honestly. She just sort of showed up in my life all of a sudden and got me dragged into this whole mystery about the demons. Scared me senseless, honestly. But now that I've gotten to spend some more time with her, I think she means well, even if she's a bit intense.
I'll be off then.
We should get back to work.
Let's go.
Right, back to work, sealing demons, saving the world, all that stuff. Yay!
Welcome back.
Oh, hello there, Alex. Welcome back. Did you need something?
So,
I picked up the ingredients from Quinn. It won't refill our stock, but it should be enough to get us started.
Well done.
Excellent. Yes, these will do nicely. Are you ready to give that alchemy locket of yours a try then?
I'll do it.
I'm ready. Let's do this. You made Headache Remedy. By completing your alchemy book, you will impress Elizabeth, and she might be willing to share more about her past. Cool.
Whoa, look at that.
A strong headache remedy.
Another discovery!
Alright, what we got here?
Whoa, look at that! Another discovery!
Alright, let's see.
Whoa, look at that! Another discovery.
Well done. I'm proud of you, dear. How did it go?
So yeah, this is interesting. This is just an interesting mechanic.
You did it! Well done! Whoa, look at that!
And another recipe perfected. You're getting quite good at this.
Thank you, dear.
I must agree. Well done, dear. This should be enough to keep us going for a while.
Happy to help.
About that.
But since we're taking a break, I've been wondering, Elizabeth, about this locket. How did it come to be here in your shop?
I have some questions.
I've been wondering about that myself. It obviously isn't a normal alchemy table.
I see.
Always so perceptive. I guess I owe you an explanation. You are correct. Our old alchemy table wasn't just any table. It was always a spirit locket. One that I had altered to resemble a normal table, so I could hide it here within our shop.
What?
Why would you hide it here of all places? Just what did you do to obtain it?
So that's how it is.
Nothing illegal, I promise. In fact, the locket you now hold was mine to use. When I once worked as an alchemist under the Paragon of Erodas. You used to work for the Empire?
Yes.
Many years ago, yes. I come from a long line of alchemists, and, like you, was a promising talent. So when the Empire was in dire need of people with our skills, I volunteered. I worked for many years together with the Knights of Erodas.
I wonder.
Oh, could it be? Was that how you met Althea? That's right. She and I were once assigned to the same mission, and, well, the rest is history.
I wonder.
What kind of mission needs both an alchemist and a knight? That's probably a story for another time. The work was not nearly as glamorous as the Empire would make it out to be. In the end, I just couldn't bring myself to stay, so I left, taking the locket with me. I haven't seen Althea since.
About that.
You did the right thing, listening to your heart.
I appreciate it.
I agree. I had to leave. However, that also meant my time with Althea came to an end.
How curious.
This last encounter was the first time I had seen her in years. There is no reason to rip up in old wounds, so I have been keeping it a secret. But now I think we're all tired. We can talk more about this some other time. Elizabeth looks a bit shaken as she gets up and leaves. Poor Elizabeth. It sounds like she's been through a lot. I wonder if she still loves her. Althea, I mean.
Well,
I think she does. At least some part of her.
got it.
It's so sad, but it's also beautiful in a way. It's odd. Anyway, that's enough of this. We should get back to work. Alright. Oh, okay, cool. We can look at some stuff for our companions here. A spirit who has accidentally bound herself to you. She seems eager to help, but you're not quite sure she knows what she's doing. Yeah, that sounds like it. Victoria, a knight of Erodas, tasked with keeping you and mine in line while you investigate the demon incident. She isn't happy with her new role as babysitter. And we have these three other characters to unlock. We have our fun little alchemy book here. Okay, yeah, this is where we can go to change up our character whenever we want. So, cool. But I think that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this first installment of Arcadia Fallen. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope you'll join me next time when I do this. Whenever, I don't know when that's going to be, but I'm going to try to do this a bit more often. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the Final Fantasy run. I do want to get back to that. But this is just something that I thought I'd check out and share my first impressions with you guys. Overall, right now, I think this is pretty cool. And I like the alchemy approach to this. So, I definitely think this is cool. I hope you guys join me next time. Let's see, is there anybody that we can raid at the moment? Let's take a look here. You know what? Let's toss the love over to my good friend DJ Particle. So until next time, this has been Breakman Z saying thank you so much for watching. And if you are watching on Twitch, make sure you hit the follow button so you know when I'll be streaming next. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the little bell so you'll be notified when the next video goes up. Until next time, this has been Breakman Z saying thank you so much for watching, and as always, may your save files never be corrupted. Take care, everyone.